So this learning target is on angle sum of a polygon. So what that really means is if you take a shape and you add up the interior angles, interior meaning the inside, what do the angles add up to? So for example, I have this triangle right here, and if I were to add all of the three interior angles, inside angles, all of those add up to 180 degrees. Every single time, no matter what your triangle looks like, if you add up all three angles on the inside, always, always, always they add up to 180 degrees. So if you know that a triangle always adds up to 180 degrees, you can pretty much tell me for every single shape what the angle sum is going to be. So we have to do something called triangulation. First of all, if we look at all of our different shapes here, this one right here has 4 sides. We call that a quadrilateral. This has 5. 5-sided figure is a pentagon. This one has 6 sides. 6 we call a hexagon. Here's another hexagon, 6 sides and 6 angles. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, there's 7 sides there. We call that a heptagon. So these 7 angles are right here that we'd add up. And our last one has 8 sides, and that's an octagon. Okay, so first thing we need to do is see how many triangles can we make out of that shape. The biggest thing though when you're doing that, you want to make sure that you are connecting your vertex to another vertex. So that would look like this. These two are vertices, I guess. So for example, this vertex in the triangle, like you can't do that because this right here is not a vertex. So that wouldn't work. So go back to your quadrilateral here. That's the main line we draw, and so you can see that we've created 2 different triangles inside of that. For this pentagon over here, right there, I'm going to start with my vertex up here, and that doesn't matter right there because that doesn't make any triangles, but I can connect these 2 vertices, and I'm always going to go back to my starting point, and then I'm going to go down here. So for this pentagon, 5 sides, I can make 3 triangles out of it. The next shape we have is our hexagon. I'm going to start right here. So there's one, go back to your beginning, another one, and right there. So with the hexagon 6 sides, I can make 4 triangles. Same thing down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. With the heptagon, I'm going to start here. This one you can make more. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 triangles. And then the octagon, I'm wondering if you can guess, if you see a pattern right now. Always start where you, at your first vertex. So, ooh, these are little ones. How many triangles can I make? I made a total of 6. So now, here's the easy part. If you know that a triangle, the angles add up to 180 degrees, you could pretty much figure out for all of these what they're going to add up to. So if you have 2 triangles in a quadrilateral, every single quadrilateral, every 4-sided shape, you need to do 2 triangles times 180 degrees. So every time you do that, you will get that the angle sum is 960 degrees. Same thing for the pentagon. It makes 3 triangles, so you do 3 times 180 degrees, which in this case that equals 540 degrees. So that's your angle sum for a pentagon. For a hexagon, you have 4 triangles. So you do 4 times 180 and so forth. So 4 times 180 is 720 degrees. So every 6-sided shape, the angle sum is 720. Down here to a 7-sided figure, you have 5 triangles, so 5 times 180 equals 900. Angle sum is 900 degrees. And over here, you probably figured it out, 6 triangles, 6 times 180 equals 1080 degrees. So any octagon, you add up the inside angles, it equals 180 degrees. Just another way of looking at it is if you have this chart, and maybe you even want to pause the video and see if you can fill in this chart by yourself, and then unpause it and check your answers. So if you're filling in the chart, I'm wondering if you can see a pattern. So a four-sided figure right here, you can make two triangles. So 2 times 180, you get 360. So these should all be degrees. This one we've already done on the previous ones. This one's 720. The 7-sided figure, we got 900. Now, here's the pattern that I want you to see. So, you have a 4-sided figure, it makes 2 triangles. 5-sided figure makes 3 triangles. 6-sided figure makes 4 triangles, 7 and 5. Have you noticed that whatever side length you have, whatever number, you just need to subtract 2, and that's how you can get how many triangles it makes. So 5 minus 2 is 3. 6 minus 2 is 4. So if you come down here and you're looking at the 20-sided figure, you don't need to make all of the triangles. You can figure out that 20 minus 2 equals 18. So there's 18 triangles. 18 times 180 equals 3,240 degrees. That's a lot. Okay, same thing with 50-sided. So 50 minus 2 is 48. You're going to ultimately be able to make 48 triangles in that huge figure. And if you multiply it by 180, you get 8,640 degrees. So when we say n-sided, really what we're saying is you just need to do n, subtract 2, and then whatever you get, you multiply that by 180. And this is actually your formula to figure out angle sum of any polygon. Good formula to write down and memorize. Alright, so here's some problems to try on your own. Pause the video, use your calculator, try it, and then come back. Okay, so for number 1, hopefully you realize the angle sum of a triangle is 180. So 180 minus the 2 that are in here, 23 minus 25, your answer should be 132 degrees. So this is what x equals, 132 degrees. For number 2, same thing. Here's another way to do it. You can add up all 3 of these angles. If you add all 3 of those up, then you need to subtract it from 360 degrees. So 360 minus what that equals, your final answer should be 117 degrees is what x equals. Number 3, missing that. It is a pentagon, so 5 sides. I know my angle sum equals 540. So you need to do 540 minus all of these angles. Minus 95, minus 113, minus 113, minus 95. Once you subtract 540 from all that, you should get 124 degrees. Now I always want to look to see, this is an obtuse angle, so it makes sense that it should be 124 degrees. If my answer was less than 90, then I know that doesn't really make sense with the drawing. Number 4, what is the angle sum of a hexagon? Remember, a hexagon has 6 sides. So hopefully you remember to do 6 sides minus 2 equals 4. So that means you're going to make 4 triangles in there. So 4 times 180, your answer should be 720 degrees. And the last one, this one's a little tricky. You need to know what a regular shape means. Regular means all angles are equal and all sides are equal. So first of all, let's find the angle sum of an octagon. It has 8 sides, so 8 minus 2 is 6. So there's 6 triangles in it. So first we want to find the angle sum, which is 1080. So that means all 8 angles in my octagon, oh beautiful octagon, add up to 180. Now if they're all equal, the easiest way to do this is take your angle sum and divide by how many angles you have. In this case you have 8 angles. So if you do that, you get 135. So one angle, every angle, is 135 degrees. Alright, hopefully that helps. If I went too fast, feel free to rewind it, but you can be working on this in class tomorrow, so take some good notes. Have a good day.